How does he do it? Nobody knows. Hey guys, it's Brandon from Countryfied Hicks here, and today I got another tutorial of a pretty cool card trick. And this is actually an original card trick that I created, and I call it Finder Seeker. This is a beginner trick, self-working trick, very good effect. Alright, I'll get right into the performance and then the tutorial. So here's the performance, not going to do anything special. Let's just say they pick that card here. Go to show the camera the card, and I'll go to show myself the card. I hope I showed you guys that. Alright, and then the card goes right into the middle of the deck. Don't know why I had trouble doing that. Alright, and now give the deck some shuffles here. Alright. Make sure that this is all mixed up. Alright. Now that we know that the deck is mixed, now I'm going to... Whoa. I'm having trouble with the cards today for some reason. Go ahead and give the deck one more cut. Alright, just one more cut. And now, do a little bit of magic-y stuff here. And if I spread the deck out, there's going to be one face-up card. That isn't the Spectator's card, I don't think. Or at least I don't think they picked the Joker. They didn't pick the Joker, did they? I didn't figure they did. I might have messed up here. No, wait. Now that I think about it, if you look, because Jokers, us magicians had to give a job to the Jokers, so we kind of called them Finder cards. Alright, so the Joker actually is telling me something, because see, if he was pointing this way, he'd be telling me that the card is in this half of the deck. But because he is pointing this way, he is telling me that the card is in this half of the deck. Alright, so now not all cards, I think this one is a smart card. Yeah, it's a smart card. Alright, not all my cards are very smart. My cards are trained, but some cards are smart and some are kind of dumb. But I think, yeah, this one actually is a smart card, I think. So a king's value is 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And the 13th card is a Spectator's card. Alright guys, that was the performance, and now I'll get right into the tutorial on how this trick is done. There actually is a setup to this trick. Alright, so I'll show you how the setup goes in just a minute. It's an easy setup. Let me... just a second here, Anita. Gotta find where there's... that's where the 10 went. Alright, so there actually is a setup to this trick. Alright, first things first. You actually can show this deck to the spectators like this. You know, just kind of tell them, alright, see that everything is normal. Now, don't do that, see everything's normal. Or, see everything's normal. You know, do it very casually, very nonchalant. See that everything is normal. So I did that, I do this like this all the time. Alright, see that everything is normal. See how casually I did that? Alright, so if you show this deck to the spectators, just do it nice and casual, not nervous or panicky or anything like that. And I'll show you how the setup goes in just a second. If you take a close look at this deck, it's actually going into numerical order. Alright? The top is king all the way down to an ace. King all the way down to an ace. King all the way down to... now see, this is where the tricky part comes here. There's two aces back to back here. Alright, this is the real secret to the trick. I'll show you how to do this real quick. Alright, so you start. Now to make this easier on you guys when you're setting this up, get your entire deck and go from ace to king. So like if you had a king, put it over here, then a queen here, jack, and then piles like that, just in numerical order. All across the table or something. Makes it a lot easier setting this up. Alright, so first part, you start with king. Then queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ace. Now when you get to this ace, That's going to be on the bottom of the deck. So king would be the first card on the bottom of the deck. So if you flip the deck over, you're going to see a king, okay? So, boom, right there. And then you go from ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king, and then ace, 2, 3, 4, jack, queen, king, all the way up from this point on. See? Goes all the way up to king to the top. So the top card is a king, and the bottom card is a king. Alright? Now the reason for the aces back to back here is because this is what makes the trick work. Alright, first thing, with the first ace, remember, start with the king. The king has to be on the bottom of the deck, going up to an ace. So king to ace, not ace to king, okay? And then the aces go like this, back to back. But here's the thing you need to do with the aces. You need to put what's called a breather crimp into these aces. Here, look, you can't really see it on this ace. Maybe if I get in the right light. You can't really see it unless it's in the deck. A breather crimp, let me stick it into the middle of this little bitty packet here. If I stick this ace in, I'll show you what it does. If I hold it like this, it looks normal. But look, if I let go, you know where that leads to? Leads right to the ace. Alright, I'll show you how to make a breather crimp. This is the real secret to the trick. You take your pointer and middle, and other pointer and middle, put it right in the middle with your two thumbs, and then you just squeeze and bring it across. Corner to corner. On both aces that meet back to back. Alright? So do a breather crimp on that one, and then a breather crimp on this one. The reason for the two aces back to back, because, you know, I know what you're thinking, you could just have one ace here. But actually you need the second ace, because I call this second ace a buffer card. Because if you're going through the cards, what if they pick this only ace here that has a breather crimp? And then what? Trick's ruined. So the second ace is just a buffer card. Alright? And then, so this breather crimped aces, are, as you can see, are at towards the bottom. Alright? So, you can't have this in the middle. But in the performance, when I had the card lead directly to the card, that's not how I usually do it. I like to do a whole thing about their smart cards and dummy cards. Usually, if I cut the cards in the right place, it will have a dummy card that will lead to another card that knows exactly where the card is. That's how I usually like to do it. But in the performance, I cut a little too far and went right to the card that led directly to the card. You could do it like that, but I like to do it with the dummy card thing. Alright, so now that you have the setup deck, king on the bottom, leading up to an ace, and when you get the first ace, put a breather crimp in it, then another ace right on top of it with another breather crimp, and then just in numerical order going all the way up. So now you're left with this nice natural break in the cards. See, if you hold it, it looks like nothing, but if you let go, whoop, look at that breather crimp right there. Alright, so that's the setup to the trick. And the last thing, you need a joker on the top of the deck. Joker on top of the deck. And make sure when you have the joker, when you put it on top of the deck, don't have the joker's face pointing towards you. You want the joker's face to be pointing away from your body when you put it on top of the deck here. So if if the joker was pointing towards my body and put it up there, it wouldn't work. The joker's face has to be pointing away from my body for this trick to work. Alright? And it really is free choice. They can pick any card they want and you don't need to know their card. So let's say they pick this card, King of Diamonds. Alright? So they pick that card. So see, since it's a totally free choice, that's why there's the two breather crimped aces. Because if they pick the only breather crimped ace, trick's ruined. So that you take their card back, what you do, you let that natural break open. Now don't do this. Alright, go stick your card right here, sir. No, don't do that. When you do this, while they're looking at their card, don't let them see you do this. Open the breather crimped aces until you see a 2. That's all you need to do. So, see, if it was a 3, nope, not right there. Ah, there we go, a 2, because that's right above the ace. That's where you want their card, is right above the first ace. Not the second ace, the first ace. So if you open it up and see an ace, what do? Move that ace until you see a 2. So while they're looking at the card, what do? Open it up till you see a 2. Not a 3, not a 4, and not even an ace. A 2. So as they're looking, just quickly, and then keep. There we go. So you do that, just keep a quick pinky break, and then go, okay, we're going to stick your card into the middle of the deck. Kind of like you're doing an ambitious card thing. Go from behind here, okay? So when you're doing this, don't do it from the front and open it up. Don't show them where you're putting their card, because if you do it so close to the bottom, they're going to think it's very suspicious. So when you do this, do an ambitious card style. Alright, so remember, you have the pinky break right where that 2 is. You come in ambitious card style from behind. Because if you show that their card is so close to the bottom, they're going to think it's suspicious, and it is, because there is something suspicious going on here. So you stick it in the pinky break, close it up. And now you could do any false shuffle you like. That's what I do. You don't want to just go right into the trick. You know, you don't want to do that. Just do some false shuffles and cuts, anything you want. You know, this one's really easy. And then I just go like that. That's where I just swing cut, which is taking my index finger and picking up about a third of the deck. Come over, grab it. Come over, grab another one, keeping a pinky break. And this one in my hand that was keeping everything, just smack that down. Take it from the break, put that down. And then there's this one. And all I'm doing there, very easy again. I'm just taking cards from the bottom, doing this little spin deal here, stick it on the table, take another part, spin around, stick it on the table, leaves the deck in the exact same order, but they don't know that. Alright? And now here's the thing you need to do. See that? I just moved the Joker face up to the bottom. What that is, I believe this is called a half pass. That's all. That's why I'm just holding my hands like this, providing cover. Just did the move. Alright? And that puts the Joker face up, because here, I'll show you what's going on here. I'm taking it, look, taking it around and over, and what comes around like this, just like that, it comes face up. Alright? So that's where I just have my hands like this. Put this over for cover, and as you're talking to them for a minute, very easily do that. Now you don't want to do this too fast, because listen, hear how loud that was? That's very noisy, okay? So when you're doing this, do it like kind of gingerly, just very, very lightly. Just do this lightly as you're kind of talking to them. Alright? So you have passed the Joker to the bottom face up. Now all you do is that you just cut the cards. Swing cut about a third of the deck here. That's where you're taking your pointer, picking up part of the deck, swinging it over, and then just smack everything on top. Don't do this, because if they see that, they're going to suspect something. So don't do. Alright? Just smack it right on top. Now the Joker is face up in the middle of the deck. Now this is the acting part here. So you go spread through, and there's going to be one face up card, and then you make a, you know, a little thing that I don't think you picked the Joker. So here's the acting part of it all. All right, here, you didn't pick the Joker, did you? And they're like, no, you're wrong. You're an idiot of a magician. All right, and then you're like, no, I'm not, because, and then you put the thing that Jokers are considered finder cards by magicians, because, and show them that I actually didn't find their card, you know, just kind of do that, and the card did not find their card, okay? Their card didn't. And then you do a thing that they're finder cards. And that didn't find their card, but it did let you know something because, and do this here. Because if the Joker was facing this way, it would have been this half of the deck. But if it was pointing this way, it means it's in this half of the deck, which it is in this half of the deck. But they don't know that it's interchangeable. It always ends up in this pile. This is just acting for the spectator. That's a little bit more showmanship, you know? And then you make a deal here that, yep, dummy card. This is what I was talking about. I'll get to this in a minute. This is the way I like to do the trick. Alright, so you say, you know, my cards are special. I have trained my cards. They are, there's some smart cards and then there's some dummy cards. Alright, and flip it over. And if it is below, if it is a value below an ace, king, jack, or a queen, it's a dummy card. If it is a value below an ace, jack, queen, or king, it is a dummy card. Okay? So you go, yeah, that's a dummy card. Because this card wasn't as educated as my other cards here. Because this card can't lead me directly to your card, but can lead me to a card that does know the exact position in the deck the card is. Alright? And this card can't find the card. It can only lead to an ace. It will always lead to an ace. And that will lead to their card. Alright? This is the way I like to do this. So remember, you flip this over. If it is a jack, queen, or a king, it will lead directly to their card. But if it is not a jack, queen, or king, or an ace, it will lead to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See? It led to an ace. Alright? So this is considered a dummy card. This is the way I like to do it. So you just count down the numbers the value of this card is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I go, oh yeah, that's a smart card. Then I like to make a little joke. This one is so smart because it aced every class I gave it. You know, and I say that the card right beneath it is not theirs. I say, and in Magic, Ace's value is 14, which is not. It's not. But in this trick it is. So the card is now in 14 cards down. See the breather crimp right there? 14 cards down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And the 14th card will always be their card. They're amazed. You look like a total professional. I hope you guys enjoyed this trick. It is self-working and it is a beginner trick. I hope you guys really enjoyed the tutorial. And I'll see you guys next week with another card trick. Bye.